Welcome back to On Iowa Live. The Stormin' Pointers are in the house, and their head coach, Chloe Lloyd, joins me now. Used to be Chloe Clemens when you were wrestling.
Yes.
We've got some video of Chloe back in 2019. This is the first time they've had a state championship for girls. Wasn't sanctioned. You wrestled for Jefferson High School, and you won the only state championship for a girl in Jefferson High School history. Some great times back then, huh?
Yes, it brings back a lot of memories. The sport's come a long way since 2019. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but now it makes me feel kind of old.
Yeah, you were our athlete of the week, and there's your dad right there, who was your biggest fan and still is and still works with you, right? Coaching?
Yes, yep. He's assistant coach now at Center Point. He's been my rock and in my corner since I was in the 7th grade, so it's just kind of fitting that he's there along for the ride for the coaching portion of it.
It's got to be pretty special to be a trailblazer in this sport and to see where it's gone now.
Yeah, it certainly has come a long way. You know, in 2019, there was, I believe, 95 girls total at the unsanctioned girls state tournament. There was a large, I think we were supposed to have a little over 100 that year, but unfortunately, you know, with Iowa winters, you never know what's going to happen. There was a large snowstorm that year. But, you know, 96 girls, you didn't see half of those people throughout the season. You know, I might have saw 5 of them at total, so a lot of them were first-time competition for me that year.
And you were the only wrestler, right, girl wrestler on the Jeff team at the time?
That's correct, yep.
So
there was
you had
two others with me.
You had to wrestle boys all the time in practice.
Yep, so I wrestled boys pretty much from freshman year on to senior year. And the Jeff boys, you know, took me in with open arms. We were very close. Team, you know, they cheered for me and were in my corner along the whole way. So especially when coming back and celebrating from that title, they were big supporters of mine. Yep.
At the same time, that had to feel a little strange, but you knew it was important for you to do this, right?
Yes. You know, I knew having to go back out there, if I wanted to compete, that's just the way it was going to be during the times that it was. So it had to be, you had to be a little bit more gritty during that time. You know, you're giving up strength. And so often, I mean, I didn't start till 7th grade. A lot of those kids were starting from kindergarten up. So a little bit, I was a little late to the party at that point in time. So sometimes I was playing catch up, but you just kind of learn the throws. You just go with the pace of things. Your coaches are the ones that build you up. Joining club and wrestling hard kids. You know, I wrestled multiple, you know, some state placers, some state champs throughout my seasons, and you just kind of have to go out there if you want to compete.
And now you're a trailblazer. You go to Center Point. You start a program there. There was 4 originally, right?
Yep, 4 girls originally 3 years ago.
And you have how many now?
We have 14
Wow,
now.
that's growing fast.
Yes.
And these girls, I watch them at practice. They really work hard, and you work hard with them.
Oh yeah, they listen well. They work hard. They get their sweat in every day at practice. Some days they'll hate me, and some days they'll love me. It just that's just the way the sport goes these days. But they don't quit. You know, I can tell them to pretty much do anything, and they take it with a grain of salt, and they do it until I say stop. And that's what I love about girls and, you know, girls wrestling. They're gritty.
How'd you talk them into going out?
So a big thing this year that changed that I think that helped with the growth of it. Last year we were still practicing just with the small numbers. We only had 6 last year.
Yeah.
So we were still technically practicing alongside the boys. But with a lot of new girls coming in, it was also kind of hard to, obviously with a lot of new girls coming out for the sport for the first time, they're playing catch up, right? So this year, I really wanted to make a big impact and separate the teams completely and really make sure that they have their own practice time, that they are their own staple team. And that really seemed to, you know, convince a lot of girls to come out. I was really big on my last 6 girls from last year to, you know, put stuff up in the schools. We have a lot of parents that have helped out this year.
That's awesome. Good crowd tonight too.
Team moms that have helped out this year. So that's just really what's been growing. We have 16 girls that going out for middle school. So I'm really excited about the future of Center Point.
All right, we'll have the girls on when we come back on Iowa Live. Welcome back to On Iowa Live. We got the Stormin' Pointers All on the stage now. Coach, I'm going to have you mention each wrestler because I know how special they've been to this program.
Yep, so over here we have Jewel. She's our foreign exchange student this year from Germany. Tara, Jenna, Jordan, Bailey, Taylor. We have McKenna, Brooklyn, and Caitlin, you're giggling at me, Lainey, Irie, Caden, Hayden, and Macy.
All right. And Tara has the microphone, and this is your second year wrestling, Tara. I see you got a black eye in the tournament over the weekend, right?
Yes.
What made you want to come out, and what do you enjoy about this? You've had some success. You had a big article in the Gazette not too long ago.
Wrestling is just a big, this team is a huge family. We all support each other, but it's also an individual sport. I've seen a lot of growth with that, through me and throughout the team.
Did you get the girl back that gave you the black eye?
No, I did not.
Talk a little bit about, did you always want to be a wrestler?
I actually didn't join wrestling until my sophomore year. I played basketball forever, and my social studies teacher was like, hey, you should go out for wrestling, and I agreed to it.
All right, and you've got senior Jenna Small over here. This is your third year wrestling, right?
Yes, it is.
What do you like about wrestling?
I love the aspect of the team, but also individuality, and that when you go out on the mat, it's just your technique and your strength, and it all matters what you do in practice and put out there on the mat.
What's it like having Chloe as a coach, someone who's done that and is a trailblazer in this sport?
I think it's great to have a coach that's a woman because she knows what you're going through, and just having the experience is a plus as well.
And Jordan Fink, her second year wrestling, did it change your mind when you found out it was just going to be all girls in practice and not going up against the guys?
Me personally, I didn't really have a problem wrestling with the guys, but I never had to actually compete against them. So I really like that aspect about it, and it makes it a lot easier to want to be there if I'm not going to wrestle somebody that has a much larger advantage.
I'm going to ask you the same question. What do you like about this sport?
I just love how supportive we all are of each other. You can have so many people from different teams, and you're all just there supporting each other. You all want everyone to win, and everybody's just there for each other.
Yeah, you all want to win, but there's a lot of respect, even with the opponents.
Yeah.
Jules, foreign exchange student from Germany. What made you want to come out and be a part of this team, coming from another country?
So my host sister Ireland, she does wrestling, and Jordan, and I don't know, just since I've just been in contact with it, they just made me try it, and I liked it.
You like it? I know you're a soccer player. Do you think you'll wrestle when you go back to Germany now and show them how it's done?
Well, that's a hard thing because we don't really have girls wrestling. So we do have girls wrestling in Olympics, but that's it.
So it's great that you get this opportunity in the United States. Coach, you had a big tournament that you hosted over the weekend. Mm-hmm. Talk about how that went.
Yeah, so it was our first inaugural girls tournament at Center Point. We've never held a girls tournament at Center Point before. That was something that collectively as a team that I talked with the girls a lot, and that's something that they wanted to be able to showcase this season. We wanted to be able to wrestle in front of our hometown. So I added, 4 more dual dates in front of our, home gym. I added the girls tournament this year. We started with the JV tournament. I'm hoping to add a varsity side to that soon. But we had 116 girls compete in there. Awesome. And we took home 4 winners. We had Caden won her bracket. Jenna won her bracket. Where's the rest of you? Taylor won her bracket, and Lainey won her bracket at our home tournament.
Very cool. Tara, you talked about your goal now is to make it to state. That's one of your goals this year, right?
Yes, it is.
Coach, can you tell her what it's like now and how it's changed from when you wrestled to what the state tournament is now?
Well, it's not in a high school gym anymore. Yeah. But the aspect remains the same. The challenge is the same, but at this time, we have 20 other teams that we have to go through to qualify at our districts, which isn't an easy task at all. I took the girls last year. We didn't have anybody qualify last year, but I wanted them to know what that was like to see what state is, because you just don't understand the full aspect of it until you're there. And so I took them all last year to the girls' state tournament so that they could really see the impact of it. And wrestling in front of a sold-out crowd. This year they separated with classes, so we're in 1A, and there's now a 2A class, which is kind of helped competition-wise to kind of separate some of those larger school teams from us competing, but it doesn't take away from the competition.
All right. Well, congratulations, and thanks for being here, girls, all right? Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
See you here next week, everybody.